Hi, it's Tom Bentley here from the TB Yacht Broker YouTube channel. I'm down here in a blustery Southampton today to have a look at a brand new arrival that's just arrived. It is, of course, the Brabus Shadow 500 cabin Black Ops 1 of 28. 1 of 28, obviously meaning that there are only going to be 28 of these bad boys built. And what a great presence this thing has, even sat here out of the water. You've just recently seen a video that I've done on the bigger brother of this boat, the 37 900 Shadow Black Ops, obviously based on that Axopar 37. So this is now the one based on the 28 cabin. A lot of similar features. You've got this lovely graphite kind of grey paint job that they've got down the side here. Obviously the kind of now famous kind of Axopar hull that has proved just to be so stable, so safe, but obviously with these fantastically big 250 engines, XL engines on the back, really bloody fast as well. So just doing a kind of a sidewalk down the hull here. Obviously we've got a great view of these twin step bits here at the bottom, and this wonderful logoing down the side here. Really big statement of Brabus Shadow by Axopar 500. Really kind of draws your eye into that side of that hull there. It's all about the branding on this boat. You can see Brabus logos all over that kind of cabin area just up there. The black rails, the black boot line here at the back as well, really gives this boat a presence. You can even see the flagpole here at the back is anodized as well. So it's really got a great big presence for such a small boat, if you like. Coming around to the stern, you can see that this boat is literally just arrived here. We've still got some of the wrappings on and still some of the plastics, but at the back here you can see the trim tabs that form part of the auto trim system, underwater lights here at the back, but the business end, these fantastic engines. Even just look at them, they just look mean and aggressive, and that wonderful Brabus styling on the back here as well. Now, because this has got the bigger engines, obviously with the bigger torque on the back, Axopar do run carbon fibre stringers along the boat and also carbon fibre through this transom plate here as well to give them that stiffness and that strength compared to the Axopar 28 normal kind of boats. Swim ladder just here at the back as well. Stepping up, I'm just walking up here onto the stern of the boat. This boat's been spec'd, as you can see, with the aft cabin option. So we've got an aft cabin just up underneath here, but with a sun pad area just over the top. Everything about this boat is kind of fitting in with the Brabus ideal. So we've got the Brabus water ski pole here at the back, the Brabus radar chair with a black radar colouring, black Marine Co searchlight here at the top as well, black VHF aerial, but with these wonderful splashes of crimson red. The kind of, this here is the suntop, which the sunroof, which we'll go and have a look at in a minute, but that's actually the winter cover that sits over the top, and obviously these crimson red lines all the way around. S-Tech flooring on the floor, and that goes all the way throughout the boat as well. And again, this will be a limited edition because actually on the new Axopars they're not going to be using S-Tech flooring anymore. Here at the stern, I've got some big storage lockers up underneath here, which we'll have a look at in a minute, but even the cleats, you can see, have got little mini Brabus logos in them and are all anodized black as well. Opening up this locker, I've got a nice big open space here for fenders and line storage. I've also got a hot and cold shower here at the back and a manual bilge pump area just there also. Again, more Brabus logos down here on the side, as you can see, and a nice bit of detailing just in the S-Tech flooring there of the Shadow 500. Similar sort of locker over on the other side, and you can just start to pick up a few of the speakers that are here. There's a fantastic sound system on this boat, which really gives it a huge amount of presence. Walking down the port hand side of the boat, again you can see that fusion system control units. There's one here, there's one up on the bow, and obviously there's one on the centre of the console as well. Big subwoofer just in there on the left hand side, which really makes this boat pump As with all of the new Axopars, they've got on the cabins, they've got this rain gutter that you can see going down here, but actually it's a really great handhold as you're walking down the side of the boat. Really kind of makes you feel safe when you're holding onto that as well. And as with all of the new Axopar models, the freeboard is nice and high. It gives me a real sense of safeness as I'm walking down here, especially when this boat will get up to kind of close to 56 knots at its top speed. Now we've got little LED blue low level deck lighting, as you can see just there, and that runs all the way along the boat up here. There's that other Fusion head control unit that I talked about up for the bow, and then we've got this great seating area just up here, and again that crimson red splash table up here on the front. That's got two different size of legs, so there's a shorter set of legs option which drops that table to underneath that seating group, and I've just left it over here. There's an infill cushion that sits in that space just there to make this area here into a much bigger sun pad. I have to apologise for the windage across the microphone. It's quite blustery down here today. We've got a nice big storage locker up underneath the table. There's another nice big storage locker here underneath this seat, as you can see, and there's those extra table legs. And then coming up to the very bow of the boat, we've got the electric windlass built into the boat here with a stainless steel chain and anchor. Really smart, really sets it off really nicely, and a bit of S-Tech up here on the bow as well. Some lovely little Brabus logos just sitting in the upholstery. Shore power inlet just here. And turning around, facing and looking at the boat, she looks really mean, doesn't she? And if I just move this infill cushion out the way ever so slightly, we open up this compartment here to reveal the toilet. Now freshwater electric flush, and a little sink just here with a really beautiful black anodized sink mixer tap just there. Little space for a bit of storage. You could hang up some wet jackets and stuff in there as well. And this lovely leather Brabus detailing just here on the left hand side, and also in that step that you can see. So it's very easy to actually sit in there, no problem at all. So it's a great spot to have a toilet if you're caught short out on the water. Going to walk into the cabin. Opening up that cabin, really big open doors down here on the side. With these two doors open here on either side and that sunroof open, it's really going to make this boat feel like an open boat. So you get the best of both worlds, I feel, with the cabin. Looking at the interior, again, we've got these lovely crimson red seats, and as you can see, little Brabus logos built into here, and little Brabus tags as well. So the styling is absolutely immaculate. Now we're going to have a look at the back of the boat, or the back of the cabin here at the start. You see we've got this lovely down lighting sitting up underneath here, some comfort lighting LEDs wrapped around that piece as well, some really good handholds just here at the top, and a nice big seating bench here at the back, some really proper decent seats. Now this is actually also the entrance to that aft cabin, so if I come forward, just pop the camera down, and then I'll be able to lift the seating group. So there's just some tabs just here that you can pull. That brings the seat out, folds it up like so, and then you can just hook that tab up into that top, flicks over. Same again on that one, and then there's another one just down here as well, which sits just in there like that, and then that creates the opening for the aft cabin. Really quite an ingenious design. Let's have a look down into that aft cab, and as you can see, space enough for two people to sleep down here. Some really lovely patterning down here, really soft foam mattresses. We've got again that comfort lighting all the way along there. Those lovely Brabus leather stitch details, full mirror at the top there. There's some nice windows up on the left and up on the right just here with full blinds. The battery switches for the main boat are just here as well. And if I crawl in a bit further, you can see two little reading lights that are just there. And also the hatch is just above me there. So up underneath those seating cushions that are up on that sun pad, you can actually open that hatch completely to get some fresh air coming down into this cabin. Now, as we make our way further forward, just before we get right up to the cockpit area here, I just wanted to show you this option just here. So if I actually push these seats forward and rest those over the helm, I actually have access to a sink over here on this right hand side. So that little tap just lifts up like that there, and I've actually got a cool box fridge here with a little cooling dial unit and a cooling unit just there as well. So again, finding space in lots of places all the way around this boat. Some lovely little bits of netting here on the back of those seats as well for storage. I'll just pop those down, and we get to the business end of the steering and the cockpit here, and it's a really lovely place to be. You've got the integrated Simrad screens all under one piece of glass, twin screen up here on the front, which obviously you can change and tile between various bits. You can actually see I've only just flicked the screens on, but it actually gives you a little if you can just about see that, a nice little checklist of what the weather's like. Have you got life jackets? Have you switched the lights on? Have you got fuel? Etc, etc. And once you check them all, that's when it lets you to go play. There's lots of great screens and media solutions within those screens as well, and a really nicely finished dash here as well with these little push buttons. Obviously twin sticks over on the right hand side. You've got plenty of controls. You've got one lever control, you've got throttle only, docking controls, and obviously the up high lows for the engines are up here on the sticks as well. This is my favourite, or one of my favourite parts of this boat, is a multifunctional steering wheel. So obviously, as you can see, the steering wheel moves like this, but the centre stays the same, much like you'd have in your car. You can control all of the audio systems from here over on the right hand side, and you can actually operate the bow thruster and the trim options here on the left hand side. So really useful when you're sitting or standing in this seat going really fast and you want to adjust those trim options with literally just a thumb breadth away. Really clever and thought out really well. You've also got the Mercury vessel view screen for the Mercury engines just there. Also, coming over to the left hand side of this cockpit, you've got a nice big handhold, again a nice little Brabus logo just stamped into there. But this is really cool. Set against this lovely bit of carbon fibre is this little plate here that shows you who's built the boat and built those engines, which I think is a really lovely touch, and is obviously something that you get on a Brabus car that's stamped onto the top of the engine. Coming up to here, we've got some lovely little cup holders. We've got 12-volt socket and a USB socket tucked up underneath here as well. There's a Webasto diesel-fired heating system on this boat as well, so great for those slightly colder afternoons that you're coming back. You've got a full electronic sunroof here that comes all the way off. There's no point in me opening it because the winter cover's on there already, so you wouldn't actually see out of it. But the whole thing comes off all the way to the back of there. That really opens up this boat completely. Some lovely little LED drop lighting just up here in the front of the cabin as well. And again, obviously we've talked about the speakers, and you can see the little Webasto ports kicking around just here. I'm just going to stand at the driving position just to show you what the visibility is like. So I'm just kind of slightly perched on the bolster here, and as you can see, I've got a great wide view all the way around here of what's kind of coming at me, or what I'm driving into. So it's a great place to be. So this boat is, as I've said, one of 28. They're a very limited edition. She's going to be here at our Swanwick office for a little while yet, and will be displayed out of the water. Realistically, you're looking at an inclusive VAT price on this boat of £294,000. So it's quite a big jump up from the standard kind of Axopar 28. However, there's some fantastic options in this boat, a lot of great technology. Obviously you've got those great big race engines on the back, and if you really want the most specified Axopar 28 Shadow 500, this is exactly where you want to be. That's why we do those. That's why we have those Brabus cars. It's a feeling, it's a drive, it's a passion, it's a thrill when you start those engines up, and trust me, those engines sound great when they do start up. So this boat is available in Swanwick. You can contact me directly on 07931 418 367, or you can email me tom.bentley@theaxoparlondongroup.com.